Hi, I'm Sean Mosen with the Gatsu Kettlebell Magazine. We're here to do a little product review of the TRX and the Jungle Gym XT. Coming real close, talk about both features. This is actually our second review. The first review that we did got quite a bit of attention. Some folks mistakenly on the internet were under the assumption that the TRX that we used was a knockoff or a fake. It actually was purchased by the gym owner from TRX. It was a TRX. However, it was an old model. So the good folks at TRX, what they did was they saw the review and they offered to send us a new one. So here we go. This is our new one that they sent. And you can definitely see there have been some changes over time with this product. So we're happy to compare it to the Jungle Gym XT. Take a look at both. Now, first thing you notice about TRX is that the way that it's set up, you're basically going to have this one point. Once you've hooked it up, if it's going to be hooked up to a door, it's going to be hooked up to, jungle gym, let's say in the park or a tree or whatever, you've got, both straps are going to go to one point. What's different about a jungle gym is that you have two separate straps that don't have to necessarily go to that one fixed point. You can connect them to one thing, or you can make it wider or closer together. So that offers some interesting variation for some exercises, making them a little bit more challenging or scaling it a little easier for people. What you also will notice is as you're lining things up and you're setting things up, you need to maintain the same height for both handles. Now, a nice feature on the TRX is that you have these lines, and the lines appear in different places, and you can use them as a gauge to make sure that you're level. If you don't have these, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to eyeball it. So we're eyeballing it when we're using the Jungle Gym. It's not that big a deal. Anyone who's used even gymnastic rings, you'll know that you'll eyeball them and you can pretty much get it fairly quickly. But this is really nice feature to have. It's going to make your life a bit easier. When gripping on to a TRX, or even regardless of whatever work you're doing with it, as soon as you look and you compare side by side, we're coming real close, you see the makeup of the handles is quite different. The first thing that I notice, and what's important for me, is kind of the grip. On the TRX, we have a very spongy handle. On here, on the Jungle Gym XT, you feel the handle. This feels a lot closer to gym rings, which is definitely what I'm more accustomed to using. What I like about it is this hard kind of plastic that we have here. When I drive into it, whether I'm just holding myself up or doing push-ups or anything, I prefer the feel of the hard plastic. Also, if we were going to put this into a gym and we had a lot of people working on it, sweating on it, I could wipe this down fairly easily, whereas this is more of a spongy material that's going to absorb more for sure. The other thing you'll notice here is the strap. They've gone two different ways. This is molded, and this one is just a strap. You could find preferences depending on the exercise to have both. I do like how I can go in and out of this one very easily, and in general the design of this handle and the way that it's set up works very well for the type of movements that I like to do, which are basically more gymnastic ring based moves. Both the TRX and the Jungle Gym XT have very strong straps. There's no question that the design and the structure of both is excellent. I mean, it looks like you could pull a car with a TRX, and the same thing can go for the Jungle Gym. They are very strong. The locking mechanisms on both are fairly similar. If you look, you can see the teeth on this one. It grabs very, very well. This one as well, very good design. It's very strong. They both grab well. For sliding up and down, once you've kind of locked in, we've got a strap system and then something coming around on this side. We've got on the Jungle Gym, you've got this kind of rubber system that's easy to open up and easy to slide up and down as well. I'd say those features, they're about on par, they're about even in terms of their use. What is different and is kind of interesting, again, in terms of the attachment, is if you want to attach the Jungle Gym XT to a door, this feature right here, it will go over to the other side. When you close the door, it slides up and it will lock into place, securing and making sure that it's not going to fall and you're not going to fall. There's nothing really needed extra for the Jungle Gym XT to secure it to a door. The TRX, of course, has an option to secure it to the door. It's got something that you can connect on, and then just like what we saw before on the Jungle Gym XT, this will pull through and secure onto the other side, although this is a separate and individual piece with the TRX, but both will work equally well. So the main thing when it comes to side-by-side comparison, and which I generally prefer, in terms of construction, I would say they're both made very, very well. They're, very well made tools. In terms of, the speed and ease of use for setting up, I'd say they're about on par. You can pretty much set them up fairly easily. You can adjust them fairly easily. What we saw with the TRX with the lines is going to give you an easy way to kind of set up the height. But in terms of speed, for me, I can eyeball it fairly quick with the Jungle Gym XT, so it's not significant in what I would need to do with it. When it comes to the feel of the product, the way that it's set up, and just in terms of using it, I prefer the Jungle Gym XT. I like the handle on it, I like the design of this loop, I like the feel when I'm pushing onto this hard surface, and the fact that in the gym or using it with many clients, I can clean this thing very easily. And I think also this handle, because it isn't that type of a spongy material, is going to hold up better over time. I also like the fact that I have the option that I can set it up so that each strap, each grip is going to be far apart, offering one type of challenge, or very close together, offering another type of challenge, and that I don't need anything in particular, another piece to bring if I want to hook it up to a door. And I can travel with it and whatever else I want to do with it. So, both really interesting, really good products. I'm going to give a slight edge out to the Jungle Gym XT. If I'm going to travel, or if I'm going to take this thing to the park and work out, I'm grabbing this one. Thank you.